in this video, we're going to be setting up our tube jig like this and then copying it to make this simple bumper hoop right here. We're going to be showing you the full step-by-step process of laying this thing out, adjusting it, then transferring to the final tube for the bend, angles, and lengths. And then we're going to be using our tube masters to transfer the miter end to the final tube as well. So stay tuned to see how that goes. We've got the tube jig set up to resemble what I was thinking would look good on this Landcruiser, but we're going to be using these lights here, and having them mounted up here just isn't going to look right. The customer and I both agree this is not looking good. So we want to move this down a little bit more like here, and then move this tube down to match. So this is just one example of how beneficial the tube jig is what I thought would look good ended up not looking good. So now we can change this to the next iteration of this bumper. We're going to take this thing apart and set it up for the next tube, which is where I'm going to want to swap these from side to side. And then for our cope ends, normally I would be using these miter ends and I would just do the measurements and math to figure out what the actual angle is. But we're going to switch things up a little bit, and we're going to use these tube masters. So once everything is dialed, we'll just slide this off and slide it on the final tube to be able to make that. This is going to be a pretty good example of what we're wanting to make. So now we'll come back over to the vehicle. Follow me. Our height, this is where these fab stands come in very handy, is because it lets me hold the tube in place to then adjust it. We want to make sure this is in parallel with the front of the vehicle, is the other thing that customer is asking for. So our length of these, we can adjust to where things start fitting. I'm going to end up spending more time adjusting this to look right than it's going to take me to actually make this tube. We went ahead and set this up a little bit lower, and then I went ahead and set up the next tube. So this is going to be the next tube coming up and around the corner, and I think that's going to end up looking pretty sexy like that. So then we went ahead and finalized this tube with verifying that this light is going to look good and fit good here. It's going to be a little bit recessed, so that'll be nice. I went ahead and once I liked all this, I matched the length and the angles to verify that was all good and we're in the same plane. Then came back on the vehicle to also verify that we are level with the front of the bumper, nice and plumb here. And now that that's all set, the last step is to basically just take these tube master needles and to push these guys down until they touch the tube. And then that's going to tell us exactly where this cope end needs to be on here. And now that this is looking good, then we can go ahead and start making the tube. We got our tube cut and our center line marked out, and then we transferred the center of our hinge to our tube. The next step is to find the bend angle, which is basically just eyeballing these two on top of each other to find what our angle is. And then we need to figure out what our tangent is for the start of bend. So we'll go over here to do that. To find our tangent point, we just hold this up against the die, and then where it contacts is going to be our tangent point, just like that. Our tangent mark to the center here is 3 inches. So then we're going to transfer our center line mark to here. 3 inches is the tangent. This is where the bend's going to actually start. And then we're going to add our start offset, which is 3.5 inches for this bender. If you don't know this, we already, in a previous video, we showed you how to find your start offset. So go watch that to find that. Now we're ready to bend. Center line, tangent, and start of bend right here. You load this in. Okay, and that's one side done. Now, set a little tension on it, and we'll find our rotation just by coming down here and eyeballing the plane from here to here on the die. So if that's level, that's gonna give us a nice 0 degree rotation. And then we can lock it down and make the bend. That's not quite there. Checking. Yeah, we'll go just that full. That all the way. Money. Perfect. So we got our tube all bent. Now, what we'll want to do is set this on top of our tube jig. Since it's a nice flat plane, this is going to make life nice and easy. We want to center. I like to use a little speed square to center left to right, make sure things are centered. Of course, this is also where if we miss the rotation or something, we could check and fix that to where it's just right. This is looking nice and centered now. So what we're going to do, quick and easy, I'm just going to come down here and eyeball the end of where this needle hits the tube. And we're going to do that on the other side too. It's just right where it ends. And then we're going to use this little notch right here. We can put our angle finder on it and align the pointer to the notch. And then look, we're right about 30 degrees. So now I can pull this off and find that same 30 degree number. And that's going to be the rotation for our cope angle. Just like that. And then we'll transfer on the other side. And then what we're going to do is we'll come over here to our tube master and I'll loosen this guy up and till it slides so nicely. And then we can slide this over the tube, actually give it a couple more little turns, slide it over the tube. And now I'm going back to, I'm going to transfer my length measurement from my first mark. I'm just kind of eyeballing that. And then we've already got our rotation right here. The gap is our proper rotation. Come back a little bit, make sure that's good. Now I can tighten it back up. And this is going to hold it in place, so now it's not moving. And then all I have to do is transfer, use a little Sharpie to just transfer my mark, and that is where I'm going to want to make my cut. Just like that. We got our tube all cut and fit in place. And of course, you know, it fit right the first time because we were using the tube jig. Then we're starting to set up the tube jig over here to make this corner hoop, which is going to be borderline impossible to make. But with our tube jig, this is going to be, I think, a very sexy looking tube. So make sure to stay tuned for the next video where we make this out of actual tubing.